Something I've kind of made up to help that flaring rib cage stacking or rib cage placement, which is not really a placement, but it's an orientation. And I'm thinking all the way down to the feet. So it can be useful to kind of separate things to find it, but we always want to reintegrate it into how the legs are supporting the upper body and vice versa. So my hypermobile tendency when I'm lifting weights, and this is what I've learned over the past year or two, is that I have a tendency to flare my ribs, right, when I'm deadlifting. So finding the ribs to widen, the back body to widen, and a tone to kind of wrap around the front was really challenging. And so the Pilates equipment just provides ways to, there's exercises around this concept, but also the equipment gives you really good setup positions to help sense those connections. So I'm going to use the barrel to give my ribs an awareness of where they are in space and how to ground and connect, and then bringing in the leg awareness from my feet all the way up. So the ball can be in between your thighs or in between your ankles. I like it between my ankles. And for me, this helps me really get that left leg, which helps me get that left oblique and that left side of my body to come in and support my whole body, because my right side likes to do it all. So first part is I'm going to be kind of up on my balls of my feet. My heels are against that platform, right? I'm going to drape over to start. So around back, right? So I don't want to lift up with a round back, right? I want to actually widen and ground my side ribs into the barrel, right? Which feels like some lats and serratus and oblique activation there, right? So I go from relaxed, and I'm spreading and grounding the side of my rib cage and imprinting it into the barrel. And now I'm getting tone in the front of my spine, the side and the back. Now if I bring in my legs here, right, like that, I can feel that effort. But if I bring in my legs, so hugging my left inner thigh, left medial part of the foot, finding my hamstrings and glutes here, right? Now that just got easier. Now I'm just kind of floating, right? And then I can practice maintaining this connection and suspension and lift and engagement, right? And then I can drop my sit bones down and I can lift them up, and it's not coming from my back, right? It's coming more from the lower abdominal and my sit bone to heel connection, right? And my obliques. I can even feel my obliques supporting movement of the pelvis so that I can stay in a wide open back, right? And my pelvis can be more neutral, right, position, which I need when I'm lifting. So I don't want them tucked in order to round here, right? I can. That's a lot easier to keep this wide and back is tucking. But I want to be able to allow my pelvis to anterior tilt without, right, my back extensors overfiring. So that's coming from more of the back of the hips and the feet, right? So, and then here's a fun little swan. So I think of that sit bone to heel, right? Drawing the left leg in, finding width through my back ribs. So when I'm extending, right, in spinal extension, right, it's not coming from here, right? It's coming from heavy breastbone to feel the fascial connection of my pubic bone, right, all the way up to the soft palate, but really connecting to the power of my legs, right, my feet to my seat, right? And then I start to feel, as I feel a lot of work and effort here, right, I'm reaching back, my hips open, my tail keeps releasing down, right? I'm gonna keep thinking of that wide supporting back, and it's my hip extensors, right, that allow my spine to open, right? I don't feel anything in my back here. I feel my back of my legs. I feel tone the side of my waist. Feel my breath, keeping that back wide and open, really connecting my feet to my seat. Power of the legs to my core, back of the leg, front of the spine. Right, and as I come forward, right, I've got to stay aware of my flary rib tendency. I'm still tracking, right, still feeling support. Wide back, ribs, tone, right, so I'm staying in tone right here. Right. Using the legs. Breath into the back of my diaphragms. How the back body supports the front to open with some tone. Right here. Support of the legs, hugging that ball. Reaching through my whole foot, tripods of the feet. Back rib stacking, right? I could tuck more of my tail, but I'm not, because I won't be in my hamstrings and glutes. If I tuck my tail more, it looks like this. Right, and now I'm holding from up here, and not as much in my feet to inner thigh, to core. So where the pelvis is and ribcage are, right, can empower movement from a whole body place. Okay. Hope that is helpful, and if you have any questions, let me know.